Hi, Danny.
Hello, Andrea. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you? You look like you're on Venus or where are
It
you?
would make sense I'm coming from Venus, but I'm actually on Lanturian, where Lilacians come from.
Oh,
Take me to your leader.
yes. Let's see if Andrea is telling the truth. Where is it?
Blue voice. Could be true. Could be true.
Yeah, but
It's a lovely-
this card's upside down.
You're right. It's upside down. It's a lovely tapestry I have behind me. So I'm
It's
quite
beautiful.
It's quite lovely in all the colors and stuff. So thank you for noticing.
Who's standing behind you?
So well, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little mini me. And then there's like future me or my higher self and me. I don't know. It's like, it's fascinating. It's exciting.
How did I know somebody was standing behind you?
Because I showed you.
Oh.
Oh, because you're
and then
psychic. Because you're psychic.
Yeah, well, that's what you should have said. But
No.
no, you go, no, I showed you. Yeah, there's that. But
I'm nervous. I haven't never done a show with you before, and I just didn't know what to say.
I know I'm nervous too. So world news.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to World News. It is December 9th, 2021. And Danny and I, Danny makes a list of things for us to read on because he's good like that. And we try to have a bit of fun because some of the subjects get a little heavy duty.
Mm-hmm.
We like to be a little bit silly. And I think
we have some fun ones. We have some fun ones today.
Yeah.
We have some serious ones too.
And some serious ones.
Oh.
So do you want to start?
Well, should we start with the card of the country of the day?
Sure. So I have a deck of, this is what I put into the show. I have a deck of cards that have every country, right? And I give it a shuffle and we get the country card of the day. And today we got Ghana. The country of Ghana.
Yeah.
We are going to read on that. So Danny, you did a bit of research on Ghana.
Just a little bit.
A wee bit.
So it's in West Africa. I wanted to do some research, look it up to see if that's part of French Guiana, which I think it is, the prison island that Papillon was in. That movie with Steve McQueen. It's a good movie. Dustin Hoffman. I always thought that those two would not work well together, but they did.
Yeah, it's an odd pairing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went, that's not going to be that. It was great.
Yeah.
It was really good. So, for that type of subject. Yeah. So the population in 2019 is 30 million. Ghana means strong warrior king.
Mm.
Okay, that's anyway. It's part of the Gold Coast. First was there was like a whole bunch of countries that went to the Gold Coast to get gold, and they have like 30. I know.
That's why they call it that.
Yeah, I was thinking it was something else, but no, it's Gold Coast. They have over 30 forts and castles. Ooh. Cool. I would like to go, just check out the castles and forts.
Yeah.
Let me see. It was Portuguese, Dutch, English, French. Oh, and then there was, besides the Gold Coast, because it was on the coast, there was the Atlantic slave trade. And so a whole bunch of countries participated in that. And it just when I read that, it just made me sick to my stomach. It's like, oh gosh. That is one part of history I'd love to erase, but you can't erase it because, you gotta face it and make sure it never happens again. So just my opinion only. Let me see. Ghana has been devoted to the ideals of non-alignment and is a founding member of the non-aligned movement.
What's that?
So they're not aligned with any countries, right? So the US has, you know, Britain and Canada and Mexico, and everybody's got to get together and kind of work. Ghana says, no, we're not aligned with anybody, so we don't have to pay back or anything. We don't have to join you in your diplomatic whatever of China, boycott of China. I mean, we're going to read on that. But anyway, so
I like that. I like that independence.
Kind of, yeah. It seemed like a good idea. I mean, you do need your friends, you know.
You shouldn't be beholden to them or.
Correct.
Right. Interesting.
Correct. Yeah. Oh, you owe me a favor. Well, I don't want to do that. No, you owe me a favor. Okay. Right. So they have a lot of diplomats holding international positions. Secretary General of the UN, Kofi Annan, and then International Criminal Court Judge. Oh, I'm butchering these names. I know it.
I do too. I know.
Akua Kuyin. Yeah. Anyway, but that's a big deal. A judge on the International Criminal Court. So they're kind of high profile for being, you know, a smaller country. Ghana is used as a key narcotics industry as far as transshipment point for traffickers, and they go all over moving their drugs. So, but overall, it seems like this country is on the move. It has a huge dark history of political unrest, the slave trade, but it seems, and there's so many diverse ethnic groups, but it does feel like they are moving in the right direction, moving towards, you know, a more stable, peaceful land. So let's just see what the 411 is on them for
next year.
For the next year.
Yeah.
411. And I love looking at these countries because I never would look at them. You know, you throw a card and I go, oh, I have to look at them. Right. So
that's good. Really cool. I think we should be looking at other countries and not just our own, right?
Yes. Non-aligned movement.
Something
and maybe we should read. Maybe we should read quickly on that non-aligned movement after the 411, just to see, is that a good thing?
Yeah, let's check.
Is that like a way of the future? Anyway, Ghana 411. Ooh.
Wow. I got really good cards. I don't know what you got.
I got dark cards.
Really?
Dark cards. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I got really vibrant, beautiful green cards.
Ooh, lucky.
Look at all of that. So we've got lots of movement happening, and I'm hoping with green that that's good stuff, right?
Okay.
Manifest. So manifesting a good year next year, you know, putting things forward, that makes sense for the whole country, not just individuals in government. And
Right.
then perhaps some changes in their legal system or something that balances out for everybody.
Yeah,
And all of
I've
these-
seen that card before. Let me see the back of it.
Oh, the back of this card?
Oh,
Oh,
there. That's why I've seen it before.
LilacLantern clarifier card.
Yay.
But like the vibrancy, and green is money. So I'm hoping that means really good economy, and making next year really good for them.
And I like the rainbow color on that too, because they have so many diverse backgrounds on there. And there's a healing quality with it.
And it's also making me feel like the rainforest, but not maybe I don't know if they're near the rainforest, but their natural resources.
Yeah.
Nature as well.
Yeah.
It's a very
So
vibrant card.
I love my first card that I got, which is, well, what is it? It's the Six of Cups, but look at the tree roots. Look how deep the roots go on that tree. And it's being challenged or covered by the Nine of Cups reversed. So it's like their plan their wish isn't going to be fulfilled. Yikes. We got the Moon card. That is one of three that are right side up. The Son of Cups is upside down. Their new financial start, the Ace of Pentacles, is upside down. And in the potential near future, the Ten of Wands, the thicket bush, the struggle to get through. And I'm wondering if, because they have a lot of industry in oil. And so maybe, I don't know, we just got different sets of cards. Maybe I should use a clarifier.
You know what? I was looking at the cards you have, almost all of them were tree based, except for the one, I think. So you had the circumference of the tree, you had the branches,
Yeah.
you had the roots, and this one, like I said, reminded me of the forest. So maybe there's something in their natural resources. Maybe it's logging. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. They do have a good tourist industry, but it's being disrupted by violence in that area. So when I read about all their oil production, that I didn't get a good feeling from that. But let me just pull some clarifiers. I just want to pull on this card. What is that thickness? What are they going through? Because I got the Moon and the Ten of Wands, which is, the secrets. And the Son of Cups is upside down. So the information is not really coming out. What is this Ten of Wands?
I'm just looking at the map, and Ghana is very green. So there is a lot of I'm assuming trees.
Yeah. So I got new. And I don't know if you can see it. It's a bunch of different colored dots. And that reminds me of the tree roots.
Yeah.
Right. And new King. So maybe they're going through a transition.
New leadership
on this card. Interesting. But it seemed like I would go looking at your cards. I would not go looking at my card.
Well, as when you read with someone, you might be seeing a different part of the story.
Right.
You might be seeing the current government's forecast, which is going to be not so great because there's going to be a change. Looks like.
Right.
And maybe what I'm seeing is the flip side, that maybe that change brings in new justice, new hope, new economy.
Yeah. Right. New balance.
Balance
And
in their system.
yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, going back to that, because it's so important to ask the right question. If you're not clear on your question, mine was a 411, which could be, okay, let's go government. Maybe that's
right.
what you said. Maybe that's what that was. Yeah.
So yeah, it's always good to remember that for the viewers too. Like if you see two different readers read on the same thing, either together or on different channels, they may just be seeing different parts of the story. And like no one's wrong. They're just seeing a different part of the story.
Right. Right. And their interpretation is, based on their filter at that time.
Yep.
So it's not like, well, this reader said that. It's like, okay. I said this, Yeah.
And I learned that mostly with Scott when we do mystery theaters. And when I started realizing he might be seeing the perpetrator and I'm seeing the victim, or seeing the police officer or something, their side of the story. So then your mind just goes, whoa, okay, so we're looking at the same thing through different lenses of the people involved. I'm like, okay, now I really get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool when you said different lenses from the people involved, and that it just gave me chills. It's like, oh yeah,
right. It's as soon as that went off in my head, I was like, oh, that is so amazing. So that's why two readers can see something different, but they're not wrong, right? They're just seeing a different angle. Ooh, I got goosebumps. All right, so this non-alignment movement.
Oh yeah. Non-alignment.
So is it for the greater good? Is that the question?
Or, is that something that is what it is? Yeah, is it for the greater good? Is it something that more countries should adopt? Is it let's just say, is it for the greater good? Something that
other countries may adopt.
Interesting. I just pulled 3.
What do you see?
All right, I got it. I'm using these amazing cards again.
Those are some good looking cards.
They are.
I hope they're not broken.
They were. Last week, they were broken. I caught so much crap.
Well, good. I'm glad that my supporters are calling you out on this. Apparently, he was using my cards last week and he said they were broken. And some people were not having his dialogue on that. And
they were not having it.
I say thank you to the LilacLanterns out there who know what's what.
I'm like, come on, where's the love for me? Don't say they're broken.
That's right, Danny.
And then somebody wanted me to put graffiti on your cards. Like for the color cards where I said, I need to use the cheat sheet for the color card, because I'm like, I go, look, red. No, it's pink, blue. No, it's green.
But you know what? I think that's okay for you if you see them as a different color, because it's for you, right? You're the one reading. So if you look at it and it's red, but I see pink, that doesn't matter. It's what you see.
I understand. I still want my cheat sheet. And So thank you for that. But she wanted me to write the color down, and I go, oh, Andrea's not going to have any part of that. I'm going to write arrow up. What? Yellow arrow up. So here
It's actually
we have
orange, but that's okay if you see yellow. But isn't that beautiful? Like we said, we're seeing through different lenses. Yours is just a different color lens.
Okay.
All right.
Yellow means movement up. Andrea is trying to make me feel, but not, because it's upside down. So we're talking about the non-alignment, getting back to that. So it is a forward, higher movement card, because I didn't throw it like this. It's higher movement. And there is, the upside down guilty, I had, it's going to, so there was some guilt with being attached to somebody, like we were talking about, all the countries boycotting the Olympics diplomatically, and maybe one country doesn't really want to go, but the other country strong arms them, so they make them feel a little guilty. But not with this new policy. You're not going to feel guilty, but you're going to feel the love. So I think it is a more better, better way of being this non-alignment thing. Now you can't say anything against this because these are your cards. You can't have a different interpretation.
No, I think you did a great job. Yeah, I see in the future more countries going this way. They will see it doesn't hurt their economy. Okay, it actually helps heal. I'm just ringing in on what you said there, where they don't have to feel guilty. Every country can do what they want. They don't have to get involved in someone else's fight or involved in someone else's policy, because they're locked in, right, in this other agreement. The non-alignment is a healthy choice.
Yeah.
And I do think other countries in the future are going to consider this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I love when we spin off on these things, because it gives
and
us
stuff I haven't even heard of. I didn't even know there was that movement.
Yeah, me neither.
So since we're kind of in that arena where we're talking about being associated with things and fighting someone's fight or whatever, boycotting the Olympics and China not being very happy that certain countries have made a political stance and are not sending diplomats to the games. It doesn't mean they're not sending athletes. If I'm correct, the athletes are going.
Correct.
It's the diplomats are not going to go. And China's maybe not feeling the love. They're thinking this is an insult, right? Or whatever they're interpreting it as. So is there a retaliation? Because you mentioned China said to America that they're gonna, was it pay the price? Is that the term?
Yeah, they said, said the United States would pay a price.
Pay a price.
But whatever, they didn't say.
Pay a price is better wording than pay the price. That's more threatening. So pay a price. So a ding, there's going to be some kind of.
Right. And do you think they even thought of that? I would hope somebody would, but you never know.
For entertainment purposes only, we're guessing that's.
Right. And so that you have Canada that followed suit, Australia, who else did this? Britain, I guess Australia, Canada, Britain, and the US.
Okay.
And it's over China's human rights issues. I think is that the total thing of it?
I think that's what it's about.
Okay.
which of course everyone should stand up for human rights.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, or if there's an understory that we don't know as the general population.
Right, and I know there is, but I always thought, and right or wrong, is that the Olympics were something that you didn't put any politics on, you let go of politics, and you just played the games.
I think that's what it should be, right?
That,
A
yeah,
celebration of sport, a celebration of athleticism, and the one time where the countries come together
right,
in a non-diplomatic, non-threatening way, and have games of
right,
sport. Yeah.
right.
So
So what's the question here? Is China, is this going to hurt? Is China going to retaliate
Right.
against any of these countries? Is that it?
yeah, and if we can see what it might be. Is it a financial ding? Is it a travel ban? Or I don't know what it'll be, right?
Yeah.
China. Is it going to retaliate?
China, I just feel China just starting to get their hackles up. They're just getting pissed. They got a lot of things going on, and they kind of want to be left alone to do their own evil bidding. I don't know if that.
So their home has been insulted.
Yeah.
They're very steeped in tradition, right? Not all cultures are. That's not passing judgment. That's just a fact. And I think they see it as a big insult to their home. So you've insulted China by not sending your diplomats.
Yeah.
Because historically, like, I guess they feel that is a sign of respect, at least. Like, it shouldn't be a political
Yes.
statement, which like we just said, the game shouldn't be a political statement. However, if there are human rights atrocities, then why send your athletes?
Yeah. Right.
Right? Like, what's the line?
I know.
Right?
I know. So it's kind of like, oh, we're not going to send diplomats, but we're sent. So yeah. Yeah.
So even we've insulted they've insulted their home. It's going to turn into a bit of a circus, and I think it's going to be, see the gentle gardener. So that looks like food. So I don't know if the food trade will take a hit, because they can a lot of products there. They create a lot of products. I can throw clarifiers on that, but that's my first thought looking at this, that there could be, this could turn into a circus.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
What do you
So
think?
I got China going, here's the restriction card. And here's being the 10 of swords being, where's my camera? Being stabbed in the back, but this is stabbed in the ground and people walking away from the swords from the pain of it. And so I don't know if this is China or if this is the countries yet. Here we have the strong emperor, which is China, feeling the pain of the 3 of swords. Here's their strength, because they're huge. They're so powerful. And then I have the restriction card of them being isolated, kind of too big for their own castle. So either I got to pull a clarifier on this. Is this China that is being restricted? Or is China going to be restricting other countries? How many countries were against them, or were there 4?
I think there was 4. I think you said 4. I don't know if there's more that have joined.
There was 4, and here's 4 pentacles that are kind of surrounding this big thing. Four pentacles. I didn't get much clarity on it. It's about money, and it's about missing the mark.
Mm.
So they're going to impose something. Whoever's doing something, it's not the right thing to do. So it's not the right thing for the 4 countries to do. If China imposes some economic sanctions or cuts something back, that's not the right thing to do. They're just missing the point of how to solve this problem.
And I think that's where that circus is going to come into play. It's going to be a bit of a circus, like it's going to be a mess. It's going to be.
Right.
So I asked if it's going to be on the food trade, and I'm getting some movement soon on that. So possibly they could slow down boats coming with food, our food supply.
Well, we don't get a lot of food from China, do we?
Sure you do.
We get plastic wraps. What do we get from China? What food do we get from China?
Tons of canned food is made in China.
Okay.
And packaged goods, packaged food, packaged drinks, packaged tons of stuff comes there. Like they will ship beef from Calgary or like Alberta or Australia. That'll get shipped to China for packaging. So, right? Like just because something may have been grown or sold in your country doesn't mean that it was made there or packaged there, right?
Right.
So hopefully they don't do that.
I see. Well, that just goes to show, why farmers markets are getting so popular. Because it's so stupid to sell beef in Alberta.
I know.
Ship it to China to ship it back.
Yeah. So buy local, right? Buy local, your fruits and vegetables and all that. Keep your local suppliers in business.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a whole thing about eating according to the seasons too.
Yes.
So right now we get so much food all the time, fresh or berries. We can get berries 12 months out. I was going to say 24 months out of the year, 12 months out of the year, but berries don't grow 24 months out of the year.
No.
They only grow 12. No. So you're getting them from Peru or China, wherever.
Yep.
And it's like the carbon footprint. And anyway, and we can go on and on and on.
We could go on and on, but it's something to all of us think about. And yeah, that's why there's harvest festivals in the autumn, pumpkins and things like that. I think a lot of stuff can be grown locally.
Yeah. But
obviously like squash, I don't think is grown in the summer or the spring here, but in the fall, I don't know. I'm not a farmer. I should be.
You're not?
Well, I should be.
You should be.
I should be.
That's your next deck of cards.
No, I can't. Scott said he's doing one on a farm.
Scott did?
Yes, he said on our last show or whatever we were doing, he's going to make a deck on farms.
Farm cards.
Farm cards.
I think you should make one too. And then you guys can battle it out in the marketplace.
I am making one that involves, but you'll see. You'll see because I'll send it to you. And then you can say it doesn't work.
1 second.
This deck.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, that is good.
Right?
That's a good, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly. All right.
All right. Let's get serious. For God's sakes.
Well,
Suicide pod.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at you. No, this is a wild one. This is
a wild one.
It's a wild one.
Now, I mentioned suicide pods to Andrea, and she thought it was like a Tide Pod that you pop in your mouth.
I thought it was a pill and that it released whatever and did whatever. And because he emailed me the information on it, and I'm like, okay, so they swallow, and then you said it has an exit, like you can
Push a
stop
button.
it from the inside, and I'm like, but if you've swallowed it, how are you gonna stop? I didn't realize it was a literal pod you get in.
Yeah, but if it was a pill, you'd push your belly button and it would stop everything. Anyway, yeah.
And we're not making light of the subject. We're just trying to be a little light with the heavy topics here.
Yes. So this suicide pod is being made in Switzerland. So we have assisted suicide here. I don't know if that's the right word because it has such a negative connotation to it. When it's time to go, and that's your choice. I think until the government gets involved, which they already have. But Switzerland invented this pod that you get into, and they've made it on a 3D printer. So it's like anybody can make one now. I guess maybe they'll give plans out or something. So you get into this pod, and it takes the oxygen out and puts nitrogen in. And so you just kind of go to sleep. So there's no drugs, you just go to sleep. And there isn't a button that you on the inside that you can push and it'll let you out. You're going, oh, this isn't a good idea. I don't like this. You can push it again. And that pod can go anywhere. And I think you can make it on a 3D printer. So
Yeah, but you wouldn't have you'd have to get all the other things, the nitrogen or whatever.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So I will say this. We humanely do this for animals when they're suffering, right?
Mhm.
Kind of why wouldn't you do it for humans who are able to communicate that, or that they are in a state of, I don't know, it's a big topic for sure,
And I personally think my personal take on this, and that's for entertainment only, is that the medical system that we had, the Western medicine, keeps us along way too long. I mean, they'll keep us in a hospital with tubes in us. And I go, well, that's not right, in my opinion, for me.
Right. But then again, they've taken an oath, right? The Hippocratic oath, where you have to save lives, right? So then I could see how they wouldn't recommend this, because
Sure. Let's do everything we can.
Right.
And some people want that. My sister, who should have passed long time ago, she was in the ICU for like 2 months, and we're going, her brain is gone, nothing's going to work, it's just done. Every doctor I talked to, except the ones working on her, said, say goodbye, she's gone. Well, that was 7 years ago, and she's alive, kicking, enjoying her life, making my life miserable. But she's in Texas. She's good. She's a good Republican girl.
Well, but that's like I'm so glad she's alive. Your sister's alive, but that is
right.
A wild story, and like it could have gone a different way. So
sure. Easy.
I don't think there is an easy answer.
No.
I don't think there is an
Even though I just said easy, there is no easy answer.
there is no easy answer. Unless you're the person, because if someone isn't awake and you make the decision for them, that's a little different. But if the person is awake, it says, you know, I'm done, I don't want any more.
Yeah,
That's a little different.
right.
They're deciding.
And she was not awake.
Right.
They were going, what do you want? Do you want us to do one more thing? That was not easy, not easy. Because there was no right answer to it.
Doesn't,
But it worked
impossible.
out well.
It worked out
So-
for the best, thank God.
Yeah.
So
So
this,
we're not going to read on that, I don't think, because,
yeah, maybe not.
but it's just a fun.
Have they put it in market, I guess? Like, do you buy one or they're at the hospital and you go to the hospital and you get in the pod?
No, I just saw the news article on it and I thought it would be in my warped sense of humor. Oh, this will be a light conversation. Suicide pods.
That's Danny.
Oh,
Anyways,
boy.
we aren't making light of the topic at all. We're just,
No,
I don't know,
No.
trying to navigate this world. Well, speaking off,
are we gonna, hey, you know what we can read on? We can read on how much crap we're gonna get for mentioning that. Are we gonna get a lot of pushback?
you will get the crap.
So it's all directed to me. Andrea didn't do it, it's me.
You
right.
know, if a grown adult can communicate that that's what they want, and it's because of who am I to judge anybody's life? But if they have a terrible illness or something,
I would want to go. I
Right.
would want to go on my own terms.
we do that with animals. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Anyway, let's move on.
let's go to the moon for a minute. Let's get off the earth and our crazy things we do here. And
Yes.
let's go sightseeing on the moon and maybe the dark side of the moon.
Hal,
How? Don't unplug me, Hal.
don't unplug me, Hal.
So our
China.
China space mission, dark side of the moon,
Dark side of the moon.
has taken some photos. And where I'm going to go with this,
Mhm.
that indicate an object. We'll start with object that looks kind of square. Looks like there's a bit of shape to it, not sort of a random shape, sort of.
Mhm.
And there's those who are going to say, well, it's just a rock or a boulder, and those who might think it's something else, like
A pod.
God, no. Is it a part of a building? Is it? I'll put on some lipstick and just
I think they called it a hut.
a hut, a moon hut.
But because we were talking about pods, I
Yeah, I
said
know.
pod, but it wasn't a pod. It was a hut.
I got you. So the China space images from the dark side of the moon. Is it something that was created by an entity? Could be human, could be other. So in the sense of, is it a rock? Is it a piece of a comet, or is it made? I'm just going to straight up ask if it was made by an entity or a life force or a human or otherwise.
Right. Otherwise.
And how come China's the only one showing these pictures? Because you guys have been up there. Canada hasn't, so I can't say anything. We haven't sent up any.
Oh, that was,
spaceships.
no, we have.
We made
not
the
been-
arm, the Canada arm.
Oh, did you?
Hi from Canada. It's the space station arm is from Canada.
Oh. How cool is that? So, but we had not been there. That was all filmed in a soundstage in Culver
That's
City.
correct.
You Canadians don't have your facts straight. Gee. All right, is this hut, not a pod, mystery hut? Is it made?
Created. Oh. What do you see?
I'm gonna pull some more cards. I see. I think yes. But you got to know what my question is before. What do you see?
Well, I got the bullseye.
Oh, there you go.
And I think it was made by non-humans. Okay.
Is that upside down? I can't
Yeah.
see that. Oh, okay.
Well, are the people upside down? So people upside down could be non-humans.
Non-humans.
Right?
Yeah.
Possibly some kind of surveillance. May have been part of a surveillance system, or you know.
Yeah.
No, I got a yes over here. Maybe little blue men or little green men.
Ooh, little green men.
What do you see? Because I know you're not on the alien train, are you? The extraterrestrial train, or is that a private matter and you don't discuss? Never mind.
Oh, I got. No, I am fast. I stepped on the alien train as it was flying by.
Yes.
And I am kind of on it.
It's exciting.
I am on it.
Yeah, like,
it's
to me, why, how could there not be other life forms?
Right.
Like right there.
And I've always known there were other life forms. Just for that one question, how can there not be?
How can there not be? Right.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, and I'm just so new to it, I guess, that I don't know what I don't know.
Right.
Just leave that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that I don't know,
Yeah.
but don't tell anybody. You don't have to agree so fast.
Sorry.
Take your time. Think about what I say.
You don't know everything.
Yeah,
What?
You're right. You don't know. So, Daughter of Cups. And then I've got the Seven of Pentacles. This is the wild unknown. And then I got the Fool. And my question was there an ET element to this hut? And from what I'm feeling with these cards, which were a little unclear, is that we're going to find out some information about this. This Seven of Pentacles, it goes up. So yes. And you got the Fool as kind of stepping off on this new journey. So yeah, we're going to find something out about it that we don't know that is going to be yes. And so I said, well, let me pull some clarifier cards, not the clarifier, your cards. Maybe I'll get brave and pull one out today, but I got space, define black, dark space. I got lots of stars, and they're getting closer to us. And then I got something falling. So it feels like they just kind of dropped it from these cards.
Wow.
It just
Like
kind
a surveillance thing,
ooh, that could be, right?
right? Wow.
So let me ask that, is it a surveillance thing?
It's a surveillance.
It is surveillance hut, not a pod. So there's surveillance.
And then, because he goes, you can make a pod with 3D printing. And I'm like, how do you print a pill with, like, what are you talking about, Danny? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, what are you talking?
That went on for like 20 minutes.
It did go on
When
for
you
a while.
talk-
Because I thought it was something you ingested. You're like, no, you get in it. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
is this a surveillance item on the moon, on the dark side of the moon? A surveillance type. Well, yeah. Where's my? I also like to look for the bullseye. Anyways.
yeah.
Okay, so I have linked together to communication, coming to light from the stars, and then trust, bullseye. It's something we don't know about yet. So that's leaning towards a communication type satellite or receiving thing or whatever it may be.
Yep. So what I got is chaos, rabbit ears,
Doo-loo-loo.
like a TV
Like an
antenna,
antenna, right?
and looking at so this is a crown. This is you know, when I pulled it out, I said maybe they're looking at the leaders of the world with this chaos card. And I got I got brave and used.
That's a clarifying.
So it is clarifying, and it's not redacted.
It's not covered up
So-
anymore now.
Not covered up anymore.
Woo woo.
They're looking for peace. It's a peaceful thing
Yes.
to stop
Yes.
chaos.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what I think it is.
They're watching, they're listening, so we don't destroy the whole friggin' place.
Right.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, Danny, you don't have to be afraid of the cards.
These scare me.
Don't be afraid.
Oh,
You're funny.
It's funny.
So you had another one on cats, and you know that's a topic that I love. And a new thing about cats.
Do you want to go there or go? Okay.
We can come back to it.
Let's come back to it. Let's
Okay.
do something serious.
Danny's going to be serious. Okay.
We read on Lithuania a couple of months ago, didn't we?
I think so.
So going back to China again, Lithuania is in support of Taiwan, sent somebody to like an ambassador, opened up an embassy or something in Taiwan. And China wants to hit Lithuania economically because they are recognizing Taiwan. So let's just do a couple of quick cards on, is China going to be able to hurt Lithuania economically?
No, I didn't realize this because I don't know everything, and forgive me. I mean, I realize it now, but I didn't realize it years ago that China doesn't recognize Taiwan as a country, right? They think it's part of China, whereas Taiwan wants to be an independent country, right?
Yeah.
So anyone that acknowledges Taiwan as a country, they don't like that too much. China doesn't.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. And the US recognizes Taiwan. Or they say they're going to, or something. But yeah, it's a big mess.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big mess. That's where the rabbit ears on the dark side of the moon.
Yes.
That's where they're
attention.
coming.
Yeah.
And it was interesting, you asked that question, why is China the only one to go to the dark side and, go find this? I don't think they're the only ones to go there. They're the only ones to show it, right? So right. Or maybe they're the only ones that have a photographic capabilities.
Yeah.
At that time, because when we went up, according to Covert Studios,
according to mythology, you guys went up there.
They may not have had, the high-speed film at that time to capture the detail of low light photography.
Yeah. So
iPhones weren't around then. So Lithuania. 3 cards on Lithuania and China. 3 cards. I think they're going to be okay.
I'm getting China doesn't like the perception of this.
Yeah.
They don't like how it looks. And they want Lithuania to feel bad. They want Lithuania to feel guilty. This may not be the wisest choice to go, but eventually we see acceptance by China. So I don't know if there's going to be a lot of retaliation, but they just don't like how this looks.
Right. Right. And I got the same thing too. I got China not liking this, they're feeling like they're being stabbed in the ground. A lot of battles. They've got the 9 of Wands, which is self-restricted to me. But then they have the Wheel of Fortune, that things are just going to keep rolling along. There may be some little things that they do to Lithuania, but nothing no power moment and there were no money cards. It was just all wands and just, feelings hurt type thing.
Yeah. They don't like how it looks. So
yeah. Yeah.
Again, they're very traditional, like those things matter, right?
Right.
It may not matter to someone else, but it matters to them. So that's why.
Right. Okay. Well, let's switch gears again. Let's go to Cancun.
Are you taking me on vacation?
I'm taking you on vacation.
Awesome.
I need you to wear your bulletproof bikini.
Are you flirting with me?
Wonder Woman.
And why are you asking me to wear this, pray tell?
And of course I am. Well, because in Cancun, Mexico, 3 jet skis came up to the beach and but sprayed bullets on the vacationers at the beach in Cancun, all because of drug war. It's like crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy, right? So we talked about Guyana having an issue with drug trafficking. Mexico, I mean, they're going into these places. I don't know what the purpose of spraying bullets into tourists is because it's obviously control over that area for the drug lords for entertainment purposes only. So
unless it's a rival gang that owns that resort, right, then they would want that resort
yeah.
to not get any tourists. Maybe that's
Yeah.
part of the motive. But how
But
awful that these, people
Yeah.
on vacation, man, they're just sitting at the beach trying to unwind.
Right. So I have a quote, and I want you to tell me what country they're talking about, and then who's talking. Here's the quote.
Okay.
We're going to hit the beach with landing teams and the beachhead teams and all that nomenclature in reference to taking over a country using 4,000 shock troops set to run the government. What country are they talking about, and who said it?
Okay, so I don't know what nomenclature means. What was that word?
Well, I don't know. I barely pronounced it correctly, and
All
I
right.
don't think.
So with that, that's a word I don't know, and this sounds like old talk. This sounds like World War II or something kind of talk. Like we're going to storm
doesn't it?
And the troops, and we're going to take over, and we're going to. So is it storming of Normandy, or is it
Yeah, right.
or is it the Germans going to stormtroopers, and
not
take
shock
over?
troops.
Yeah. Or like a Napoleon. Like it sounds old.
Sounds
like an old way.
December 9th. December 9th. Today this happened.
Okay. So
it wasn't old.
Today.
It was, and I don't know the podcast, Real America News or The War Room. Steve Bannon and Matt Gaetz were talking about this, about the United States. Why isn't anybody going after them? It makes me almost sick to my stomach when I said that. So the question is,
isn't that treason or something, or terrorism or something?
It's got to be something. You can't have an official of the United States. Yeah, maybe we should just hold this up.
So what you're saying is that you're going to attack your own country and take over the government. Is that what they've said?
Well, that's kind of what they're saying. Yeah. And I'm like, why isn't anybody stopping them? That's got to be against the law.
I would think so.
Yeah.
And it sounds like old-timey talk, like, in a world war or something from 100 years ago or whatever.
Yes, I agree.
Oh my God.
Okay, now let's go talk to cats. I mean, we can read on that if you think. I'm just so tired of, picking up the news and seeing, oh, they may be indicted. They may be this. Right. It was good to hear that Letitia James is not running for governor anymore.
She's going to clean up the mess first.
Yeah, and she's calling Trump in to testify in her office. Oh my God, I'd love to be a fly on that wall.
I love her.
On January 7th of next year.
She is tough. She's Wonder Woman.
She's Wonder Woman. She is Wonder Woman. So, I don't even want to read on.
I think we know they're just, I don't want to get into that kind of crazy. Okay. But you can't talk like that. You would think.
I know.
So let's crazy.
Crazy.
How can you say that about kitty cats? So you said there's what now for kitty cats?
So scientists have developed a questionnaire to identify if your cat, Andrea's cat, is a psychopath. meow.
all, my.
Is that what you just said? Did you just
Meow.
meow?
I didn't, but it sounded like it. My two little boys are sweethearts, so none of this stuff. But what is a psychopath? A psychopath is someone who what, does something only for themselves?
No, it's not someone, it's a cat.
But what does psychopath mean? Like no feelings for others, or
Now you're gonna make me look it up because
well, you're the one saying things.
that doesn't mean that I need to know what I'm talking about.
Psychopath is someone, I think, who doesn't have feelings for other people, and everything's about them.
It's a mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior. Cats.
No, my babies are gentle. Kitty
And
cats.
that came. Yeah.
No, cats aren't psychopaths.
A schoolyard psychopaths will gather around a fight to encourage combatants. Kind of like what we're talking about with Bannon and Gates. Maybe scientists should create a questionnaire on them.
Are they psychopaths? And is their orange friend one?
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yes.
entertainment purposes only. That's what the
Oh,
cards
look.
say.
I can just leave that up there the whole time.
Or wait, we could stick them in our hair because our hair would hold stuff.
Oh, well, yes. It's kind of like, you know how in the 50s, my hair is too thick. No, it doesn't work. People in the 50s would have press in their
Press
hats.
hair?
Right.
Oh, the
It's
press
just-
hat. Yes.
It's just entertainment only for us.
Right.
Entertainment. Entertainment only. So I don't need to throw cards on that either.
No.
People are going, I thought this was a tarot session. No,
Nobody
we're
knows
just.
what this is. They don't
So
even
are
put us
you-
on YouTube.
So are your cats, you're saying your cats are not
My
psycho-
boys are sweet, gentle babies. And I'll tell you, same with parenting children, the same as with pets. People can have attack pets or gentle pets. They could have, there is some nurturing involved. And that's what I'm going to say.
All right, I'm gonna, because you were too close to the
Too
subject.
close. I'm too close.
This is gonna be me. Just me. And I'm using your cards, so you know that they're right. Are Andrea's cats.
Don't
Either
say
one of them.
mine. Why would you say mine?
Either one of them.
How dare you?
Yes. Sociopath.
My
Sociopath, is that what I said?
No,
what is it?
psychopath.
Psychopath. Are
An
Andrea's
aggressive term for an animal.
psychopathic? Either one of them. Are they psychopathic? One card.
Terrible.
One card.
You are terrible.
One card. Which one? This
That
one.
one. No, see? Although that's an arrow and one of them is named Arrow. So I don't know.
Oh. It's
He's a
Arrow.
sweetheart. He's the
He's-
little sweetie one.
Yeah, right. He's the little cray one. Is he a psychopath?
Hey there.
Is he a psychopath?
No, he's a big lover. See, he is gifted. I'll tell you right now, Arrow has psychedelic and not psychedelic, but what do you call it? Telepathic. That's right.
What color do you see this?
That's purple. What do you see?
Black.
Dude, seriously.
He's dark. All
No,
right.
he's got like his mom has the gift.
Yeah.
Well, they both do, but his is more strong. But anyway.
So should we read two more?
Yes,
Or
I
one
want to
more.
do you said Canadians were allowed one question, so
Okay,
I want to know Justin Trudeau's 2022. One card each. What's in store? Justin Trudeau is the Prime Minister of Canada. I thought he was going to have a much rockier year than he did. So maybe
Yeah.
I was seeing into the future further, or maybe things got handled nicely. I don't know. So let's see what's sort of his forecast for 2022. Justin Trudeau.
Just one card?
Yeah, political forecast for him.
Okay.
So I'm not talking about his marriage or anything like that. I'm talking about his job. His political forecast for 2022. Justin Trudeau.
Two came out. Two cards came out.
What did you get?
I got Judgment upside down. And I got the Hermit. So I'm still seeing that he's going to be having some issues.
Yeah. Looks like Judgment against him and him retreating, right?
And retreating, right.
And then I got Deep Freeze, and that line is just sort of frozen there. So yeah, something stopping him.
Yeah, and I like this card because the candle is above him that's shining the light, all the news that's coming out, and it's forcing him to retreat in.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, last time we read on him, we didn't see good stuff with him. So, and my one question for the US went to Letitia James.
Ooh.
Is she going to get Trump to testify on January 7th? Will Trump show up to her office? Now, here's the thing. Even if he pleads the fifth, like some of these other knuckleheads are doing, you know he's going to start spewing something. He's not going to be able to keep his mouth shut. So is Letitia James going to get him into her office to testify?
Is she gonna get January 7th? So he's supposed to appear in her office January 7th. That's the summons or the.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to do, whether the attorneys will try to block it or move it forward or whatever. And this is the civil case regarding Trump inflating his properties in New York to evade taxes.
Yeah. Well, that's how they get these guys, right? Like those mobsters or whatever, they always got them on taxes, right?
Right.
Not that there's any such thing as mobsters. Entertainment purposes only. Will Letitia James actually get Donald J. Trump Sr. to appear before her on January 7th? Money, what they know about money. Ooh, she's tough. Ooh.
How many cards are you pulling? Are you cheating?
No, I do my normal thing and then I go through the deck just to look for the, what do you call it? Bullseye. What you got? Am I cheating?
I just pulled one.
I didn't know we we're doing one card. You didn't tell me. Oh, I didn't know. So I guess I cheated.
You got all your cards later.
Wait, I'm not done. I need 3 more decks. Okay.
Doing a lemonade spread or whatever. I know. What? And so I got the 5 of Pentacles, which is total financial loss, right? And it was upside down. So will she get Trump in there? So this financial loss being upside down, it's not total loss. It's if I had to say what I'm getting with this is that she's going to look at all the lost money, and yes, he is going to be there. I need to clarify her. Because that's what she's looking at.
Yeah, the first
the
card out
lost money.
was the money. So the money and what she knows. So she's got a lot of intel on the money. She is coming upright strong. She's got the government behind her. I don't have chaos for her. So this might run a bit smoother than expected. However, for him showing up on time on the 7th, I'm not sure. The clock is upside down, no, and travel. He may not come in that day. He may try to flee. Who knows what this means? But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen on the, January 10th, but maybe it's the 7th day itself gets moved or changed, possibly.
Right.
And I do see a lot of crap around this. So he's going to create a bunch of crap and try to avoid justice.
Right. So I asked if she was going to actually get him there to clarify this 5 of Pentacles upside down, and I got good gal.
Yeah,
she's a good gal.
Yeah,
She's a good gal. And then just one more. What are you gonna do, good gal? She's taking a deep dive into finances. So I'm getting the same feeling that you are, that he's going to kind of push it off, but I think at the end of the day, whatever day that is, she is going to get him in there.
Yeah,
and
she's not going to back down.
That's going to turn right side up to show complete and utter loss for him, because she's good at what she does.
Yeah.
So he's going to play his games, and she's going to go, no, you forgot who I am. I'm the good gal. I am the good gal.
And I see her having a lot of support behind her. So the government, her colleagues, the state of New York, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All behind her for this. All
right.
Lots of support.
Right.
Well,
right.
Shall we do a card of the day?
We can.
Or do you want to keep reading? I think we're over an hour.
We are?
I think so. I didn't time it, but I think so.
Well, I hope you have a list of.
I wrote down what we talked about. Yes.
So here's some things that we can touch on, or we could just go card of the day. I'll leave this up to you.
Okay.
We could go with holiday cheer. And my question would be, all these gun-toting Republicans who are putting out their holiday photos, praising Jesus, carrying AK-47s, is that going to backfire on them, or is that going to lift up their base?
Okay, let's look at that, because I can't believe that card with the kids, her and her boys in front of the tree, and it doesn't even look like a good photo anyways. The kids they look awkward, like they probably don't want to do this. Or and like I said, they would have seen the news. They would know what just happened. Like,
right. And this happened, let's give her credit. At least she waited before she stole the idea from the other guy who did it a day or hours after that.
Oh, after the
the first one. Yeah. I'm like, what's the matter? The scientists need to do a questionnaire for those psychopaths. Anyway, so we can read on that if we want. It's holiday cheer. That's not so cheerful. Here's another one we can read on. Camels are banned from Saudi Arabia beauty contest.
Now that's
Don't
not very
laugh.
nice.
Don't laugh.
Why can't a camel
Camels
be
can
beautiful?
have feelings too.
You mean there's a camel beauty contest, or they're part of the women beauty contest? Or do I want to know? Is it like, here's Miss whatever, and then here's also the camel from that region?
No, no. That came out so wrong. No, there's an actual camel beauty contest.
Oh, and I don't know if that makes things any better. But I suppose there's dog shows, right?
Right, which isn't any better. You
Right.
know, I think all of that is just awful. But so they have a camel beauty contest, and there were some shenanigans going on with, you know, playing fast and loose with Botox, pumping up the camel's lips.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, facelifts.
No, there wasn't.
I
Oh my
Okay.
God.
We can read on if I'm telling the truth or if I'm not.
This is outrageous.
I mean, I agree. I think this is camel abuse, much like kitty abuse when you dress up your psychopathic cats
I don't dress
as-
them up, and they're sweet babies.
and dress them up as sweet baby cats.
What about the camel's toe? Was there anything done with?
You did not just say that.
What, they have feet? They have feet. Did they paint their nails? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what guys always talk about when you mention camel toes. What are you talking?
I think we need to wrap this show up.
All right. I don't even know if there's a card for the day after that. Okay. A card for the day. I need to get I need to go with the good.
Oh,
I'm getting the good tarot.
okay.
Uh,
I thought you were going to get the lovely oracle, but that's all right.
Oh, I could.
No, you're not ready. You're not ready.
I'm not ready for that. It takes a while. You have to get used to the cards. You have to study the cards. You have to know, you know, you have to become really like what Nancy Jean was saying, you got to meditate with the cards. You have to have knowledge of what that card means. And especially when you're putting it next to all these other cards, you got to know. You're still thinking camel toes, aren't you?
Your face was priceless. Your face was that was the best laugh I've had in a while. Thank you so much.
I can't believe you went there. I can't believe I didn't think that you would go there. There you go.
Well, the camel. I don't know. Okay, come on now. Card of the day for all these lovely people who hopefully are still watching.
I think we probably have 3 left.
And they have great senses of humor.
Hey, we could put this up as a premiere and then we can watch now.
All right.
Card of the day. Card of the day for thanking you guys for putting up with us to the very end.
Yes. Oh,
right.
that's a good laugh.
I need, I was going to say something and be taken out of context. appropriate as we wind the show down.
Okay, I'll go first, or do you want to go first?
You can go first.
I got, when I'm ready, I will, which is a great reminder that you are on your own path. You are not on someone else's timeline, and vice versa, they're not on yours. So when you're ready, you will do things. Like me quitting my job. I was ready. I probably should have quit a long time ago, but I wasn't ready. And when I was ready, I did. So
Yeah.
you're just on your path. And whatever that timeline is, it just is. It's not right or wrong.
It's not, yeah, right. It's not right or wrong. And you go, oh, I should have, would have, could have.
But yeah,
You didn't.
you didn't.
So now you can.
Okay.
Now you, yeah. And what I got from moving on from the Camel story is, where's my camera? The Six of Fire. Moving on as we get transported from this earthly lower plane, talking about, are you on the ET train, getting just moving above the fray. And I was thinking about this morning where I got an image of flying with birds and looking over this beautiful landscape, beautiful green hills. It's raining. Well, it was raining today, so we're getting some rain. Our hills are going to turn green. And I was kind of flying over these hills with my pal Bird, my friend. And I saw this little black skirmish. It's a little teeny black skirmish. And I was just flying above it, looking down at it. I wasn't part of it. I wasn't involved in it. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't want to go down and get involved in it. I just looked at it and said, they'll figure it out or they won't. And I flew around back to the green hills. And that is kind of what this card is saying to me. You're flying away, moving on from troubled waters.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right.
And I'm glad in your dream you didn't go down to where trouble was, or where you experienced negativity, and you went back to the lovely.
The calm.
Yes.
Yeah. To the passion. Cool.
So, well, that was an interesting world news, as it always is.
It is. Maybe next time less comedy.
Yeah.
Be a little more serious. I thought that there was so much dark news, and then when I said, "Oh yeah, we got to add some funny stories in there," well, there got to be quite a few of them. So it's not all as dark and bleak as you think.
Right.
One would think.
It's always good to laugh.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thank you, and we will.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, Danny.
We'll see you next month.